In the end, the goal of Expedia Inc. is to maximize value for shareholders. And one of the reasons why we didn't IPO TripAdvisor is because you would have sold it to a third party. By spinning off to our shareholders, a shareholder who held an Expedia share before the spinoff now holds an Expedia share and a TripAdvisor share, and the value creation there has been enormous, right? As CEO of Expedia Inc., would I rather have TripAdvisor inside the company? Absolutely. But it wasn't the right thing to do for shareholders, and we have a discipline which is we want to create value for shareholders over the long term, and I think it was absolutely the right thing to do. And frankly, I think it's been good for TripAdvisor, it's been good for EI shareholders as well. The reason why we originally bought TripAdvisor 6-7 years ago was that it was a small channel that was growing incredibly fast. We're able to see that a bit ahead of, let's say, the general markets, and we saw the same exact pattern in this company called Trivago. Small channel that was growing incredibly fast. So with Trivago, we see a lot of the similar signs that we saw early on in TripAdvisor. There's something fundamentally right with that product, which is creating growth rates that are very significant. And if you look at the Trivago brand in Europe, it's the #1 travel brand in the top 5 European countries now. And the brand and the service is carrying quite well into many other countries, including the US, Canada, Australia, and the growth rates have been pretty phenomenal. We also get to be partners with the Trivago founders. The founders are still big shareholders in Trivago, and we hope to grow it over many, many years going forward inside the EI family. I think we're comfortable. Listen, on a stock price basis, near term, it's a famous Warren Buffett saying the stock price near term is a voting machine and long term it's a weighing machine. I'm not a politician yet, but I like weighing, and the focus of the company is if we do the right fundamental things, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, the weight of the company is going to be undeniable and the stock price is going to take care of itself. Before the TripAdvisor spinoff, we went through some ups and downs, but with the TripAdvisor spinoff, we released enormous value. So do I regret that? Absolutely not. And I think anyone who looks at shareholder value would say it was a great move for us. When I look at the business going forward, for us, we see enormous opportunity. We've invested very aggressively in technology, some of the things that you saw. So I think the product is going to get better and better, not just the brand Expedia, but Hotels.com across the various portfolios. We have global expansion ahead of us, especially in the Asia-Pacific markets, which I'm hoping 10 years from now are going to be bigger than the US market. And we have a unique position with Elong in China. Every single one of our supply partners wants exposure to China. There's no other global internet company that has a kind of position that we have in China. Amazon doesn't, Google doesn't, et cetera. It's been a difficult market, but with Elong, #2 OTA, gaining share very, very quickly. And then with Trivago, we have an unbelievably fast-growing audience magnet on a global basis. We saw TripAdvisor create huge value. We think that, and we hope we can do the same thing with Trivago. So we see a lot of potential ahead of us. It's a very competitive field. It's a big field, but I think that if we put our heads down and execute, which is what we're doing, we think we'll see lots of success.